Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. This is the fourth in my series of guilty pleasures. The first one being the Wombles, the second one being post-glam bands like Mud and Alvin Stardust, Rubettes, etc. The third one I haven't actually made public yet, it's that guilty, and the fourth one is this, which is the Medleys. Now, I've sort of said guilty pleasures, kind of, because I'm not a huge fan of these, but I seem to have quite a few of them in my collection, and they're really there to make up the whenever you're trying to complete an artist, it's part of it, so I have to get them. Some of them I really do enjoy, but we'll go through it anyway. First of all, this came out in 1981. This is Stars from 45, which was a medley of Beatles songs. No Reply, I'll Get Back, Drive My Car, Do You Want to Know a Secret, We Can Work It Out, I Should Have Known Better, Nowhere Man, and You're Gonna Lose That Girl, along with Stars on 45, Venus, and Sugar Sugar. Beat the Clock was also in this as well. Now, this is not the original Beatles artists, but this shot to #2 in the charts. I loved this at the time. It's all those songs mashed together with like a disco-y type clapping background. I think it's really, really good. Now, I bought that, loved it, but I also bought this a few years later just to see what it was like, and it's dreadful, and it only cost 50p. And this is the Stars on 45 medley. I think this is the second album, because this on one side is Stevie Wonder, which is terrible, but I bought it for the second side, which is the Rolling Stones, which features things like Miss You, Brown Sugar, Jumpin' Jack Flash, I Get Off My Clouds, Only Rock and Roll, etc. Quite a few, and this is absolutely awful. I think I only played it once. I was big into the Stones, I wanted to hear it, so I bought it. It was going extremely cheap, but anyway, you learn by your mistakes. Because of that Stars on 45, a lot of artists actually started releasing medleys of their songs, especially the older artists. And in 1981, let me see if I can get this here on here, the Beach Boys, and this is the Beach Boys medley. And this, I'm not too sure how it did in America. I think it's about top 40 just here. But this is a medley of Good Vibrations, Help Me Rhonda, I Get Around, Shut Down, Surfing Safari, Barbara Ann, and Surfing USA. And it's actually not that bad. I would very rarely play it, but at the time I didn't know two of the songs, which were Shut Down and Surfing Safari, so they were actually new to me. I knew the other songs. And then the next one up was a big one for me, and it was Squeeze, Labelled With Love. Now, on the B side of this is a song called Squabs on 45, and really it's taking snippets of their singles and piecing them all together with like a disco-y background. Now, this was the very first Squeeze single I bought, and if you'd have asked me what Squeeze singles do you know, I would have said Up the Junction and Go for Cats. But when I played the B side, I recognised Another Nail in My Heart, I recognised Pulling Muscles from a Shell, and I recognised Take Me I'm Yours. And because of the B side of this, I went on to buy the Squeeze albums. So it was actually really this B side that made me become a Squeeze fan, because I loved the snippet of Another Nail in My Heart. Absolutely loved it. Although I didn't realise that the Is That Love, which is right beside it, I thought they were all one song, because I'd never heard Is That Love before. And there's also a little bit of separate beds in this as well. I thought this was great, and I still really do enjoy it. I play it now and again. Okay, then the next up would be this band here, a 10-pole tutor with Wunderbar, and on the back of this is 10-pole 45, and this is just a skit. This is just taking the piss out of the Stars on 45. It's actually a re-recorded song with snippets of their singles, all re-recorded, all slowed down. It's actually quite dubby, quite funky, with a sort of, again, a disco clapping backbeat, but it's really funny because the lyric at the end says, "We're too lazy to write a song for you, here's a compilation, this will have to do." And it is actually quite good. It's nothing compared to the actual singles, but it's a good laugh. And that was 1981 as well. Okay, 1982, and we actually do get the Beatles movie medley, and these are the original recordings. This got top 10 in the charts, and it's a medley of Magical Mystery Tour, All You Need Is Love, You've Got to Hide Your Love Away, I Should Have Known Better, Hard Day's Night, Ticket to Ride, and Get Back. There was a good video for this. I remember it being shown on Top of the Pops. I really like this. I knew all these songs, like I knew all the Beatles songs by that stage. But it was also good to see these bands getting back in the charts, and especially the Beatles, and a couple coming up next which I was delighted to get back in the charts. So Beatles movie medley from 1982. The next one up would be from 1984, and this is Shakin' Stevens and this is Teardrops, and the back of this is a medley called Megamix of Hits. And I think that it's absolutely brilliant. It takes up the whole side. Cry Just a Little Bit, You Drive Me Crazy, A Rockin' Good Way, I Give You Your Heart Tonight, A Love Worth Waiting For, Green Door, I'll Be Satisfied, A Letter to You, I'll Be Satisfied Again, Shirley, Oh Julie, It's Late, Marie Marie, Hot Dog, and This Old House. And I played this the other day, and it's still great fun. It's a really, really good mega mix, and I think the 12-inch of this, I have a feeling it sold far more than the 7-inch, because obviously this mega mix was actually very, very popular. So that's 1984. Then 1985, and the Sweet released this. It's the Sweet Hits, or the Sweet Mix, and it's Blockbuster, Teenage Rampage, and Hellraiser. And the 12-inch, I think, it's got Ballroom Blitz on it as well. This was made to promote their It's the Sweet Hits album, and it did okay. It got about 40 something or low 50 something, but I really enjoyed it. And it was made in 1984, 85. I think this is 85 actually. It's one or the other. And you know, you do get some of that old-fashioned sort of scratchy mixing bit in there, but it is really, really good. And then they did a follow-up a year later or 6 months later, and this is the Wigwam Willie mix. This has got Wigwam Bam, Little Willie, Funny Funny, and the 12-inch, which I don't have, does have Coco at the end. And again, this is great. I really enjoy this as well. And it was good to see these guys getting back in the charts, even though it's the lower end. But then the big one came for me, and that was in 85, and it was T-Rex and Mega Rex 1. And it was 3 tracks: Metal Guru, which was very echoey in this, which I didn't like, 20th Century Boy, and Children of the Revolution. I didn't actually really like this mix at all, but I bought it, got to 53 or something, and I was delighted to see them in the charts. But the 12-inch of that I thought was brilliant, because you've got those 3 songs, and this is the 12-inch version. But you had Truck on Tight, The Groover, Get It On, Telegram Sam, Shock Rock, Metal Guru, 20th Century Boy, Children of the Revolution, and then finished with Hot Love. And it was about 7.5 minutes long, and it was great. Then in 1986, we had the Electric Light Orchestra, and this was the B-side of Getting to the Point, and again, it's only on the 12-inch. I don't think Jeff Lynne was overly happy with the mix being put on the 12-inch, but at this 12-inch now is becoming quite rare. It's not overly expensive, you're talking about £30–40, but you get some really good ones here, like Don't Bring Me Down, Sweet Talking Woman, Living Thing, Calling America, So Serious, Shine a Little Love, Twilight, Turn to Stone, and Hold On Tight. And again, I think it's great, and I would play it a heck of a lot more than I would play the A-side. And then in 1989 we have the Bangles, and this is Eternal Flame, and they have a hit mix at the B-side of this 12-inch, and it's Manic Monday, If She Knew What She Wants, Walking Down Your Street, Going Down to Liverpool, and Walk Like an Egyptian, and it is really good. Then around 1989, bands, I wouldn't call them a band, outfits like Jive Bunny were having massive success with mashing together rock and roll numbers. I don't have those, but Status Quo, they did something similar. They're just jumping on that bandwagon, and you had the Anniversary Waltz 1 with Let's Dance, Red River Rock, No Particular Place to Go, etc. And Anniversary Waltz 2 with things like Rock and Roll Music, Lover Please, That'll Be the Day, etc. Yeah, this is actually one whole song which is split up into 2 singles, and they're only there for the collection really. But one more thing I will show, and we're going way back to 1974, and this is a flexi disc, and this is a Bowie flexi disc that you got with Record Mirror. It's not a medley, but what it is snippets of his singles. This was issued to promote his new single at that time, Knock on Wood, and includes snippets of Knock on Wood, and then this rather posh person talking about the next song, which is Space Oddity, and then he comes in and talks about The Man Who Sold the World, snippet of it, Life on Mars, Starman, Jean Genie, Sorrow and Diamond Dogs. And again, as I say, it is a flexi, and I got this from my cousin. He obviously bought the Record Mirror in 1974. It's not mine. Okay, so that's my guilty pleasure, kind of, number 4 with some medleys. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.